Hey everyone, this is Jimbo, and this is my Old World Football League stream of my Ogre team with a Breaking Bad theme, Breaking Eds. And I am doing a re-record on this. We're playing Blitzkreig's Red Heck Rejects. Both have 3 rerolls, both have apothecaries. My original stream broke up, I think, as many as 30 times. So it broke into 30 different videos, so I'm not going to have a live reaction as I normally would, which sucks, but this is the best alternative. So we're just going to go through this and watch it, and commentary on the fly. But the good thing about this is I'll be able to kind of go a little quicker and speed up some of this stuff, so like this we don't have to sit through this. But this is me playing Blitzkrieg's Chaos team. His big guy in the team is Pluto, his plus strength, Mighty Blow, Guard, Block, Claw guy. And it looks like... oh, I still get the setup. So, I did the coin toss. I won, chose to receive, and I will get the kick. So I'm putting all my ogres in the line. He put, oops, 2 of his goats, or 3 of his goats in the line. And he got perfect defense, so he gets to move his guys around. Russell, Block, and Loner. So he's got 10 guys in his field. So he does have the 1 journeyman. And I think this ball is... it's set to go out of bounds, or it's just not showing me where it's going to land. Nope, it's not out of bounds. It's right there. So I'm moving Spooge a little closer to the ball. Kind of mark it up for safety. Huel throws a block. Defender down and push. It's a knockdown, no armor break. Throw another block. Attacker down, skull and push. Chose push. And I got both down and push with Grubnuck. And got the KO. Chose not to pile on. I believe that's his journeyman. We got eliminated. Yep. It's journeyman. Move Mike Armentrout to cover Snoopy. Boneheaded Blitz with Gustavo. Chose not to reroll. I think I may have a bribe in this game, I forget. Yeah, I really tried to avoid doing this non-live thing, because it's so much better, the reactions I give when it's live, and it pisses me off to no end. So move Wendy, my Fowler, over to the side. Move Walt Jr. away from his goat. And then move him in a position where it's going to prevent people crowding around Mike Armentrout who don't have guard to give Snoopy a block. So I was able to pick the ball up with Skinny Pete, and that's my turn. He blitzes Walter White. Got Pow on both down. Got the KO with his guy with Claw. Double defender stumbles, and that gives Huel a niggling injury. So, just lost 2 ogres in turn 1 in 2 consecutive blocks. Not a good start. He moves Mars over. It sets up for a block with Slick. Gets more help. And defender down. They're both down and push. And he gets both down. So he has block. Neptune in place, and that's his turn. Boneheaded with Jesse, couldn't stand him up. Move Grubnuck over to Pluto, and I'm going to blitz Pluto with Fring. And both down and Pow. Took the Pow, did not get an armor break. Pylon, still no armor break. Move Saul over here, looks like we're going to foul with Wendy. Eventually. There we go, and a KO. Pluto's got a niggling injury, so that helped. see, this guy hit by the ball, his mighty blow. Oh, failed going for it, passed it, and still did another going for it. And then here we're going to cage. And Mike goes block, and skull both down, and got knocked down. It's double, 2 pushes and a both down, and this guy's got wrestle. This guy just takes away the ball. Strip ball, wrestle, tackle. Let's see, they're going to crowd around. Defender stumbles and push against Grubnuck. It's a knockdown and a stun. Would have been a KO, but Thick Skull keeps him on the pitch. So now he's setting up to block me from moving upfield. Not looking too good for me. And now it's my turn. Let's see, this guy doesn't have tackle, so I should be able to move my Snotlings freely around him. And Mike is able to stand up, moves closer towards the action. And move Walt Jr. up by Snoopy. And stand up Jesse where he is. And here comes the blitz at Gustavo. And double skulled it. And push and skull. So not a great roll. I think I may have preferred to follow that up, but I didn't. So dodging Skinny Pete up. Walter's marking Snoopy, doesn't have a dodge at all. Spooge moves up. Marks Slick, keeps him from moving around too much. Stand up Saul. And leave him there. Foul with Wendy. Wendy is ejected, but I did have a bribe, so that keeps me in the game. And he rolls double push with Slick, so that keeps Spooge on his feet. And moved him there to prevent either of these two guys getting the ball carried. Double both down. And that was with those wrestlers, so they both put down. He dodges out, gets a POW, chooses POW, and Skinny Pete's dead. No, Skinny Pete, no. This guy has sure hands. He didn't even need it. Able to get it, and he can't do a pass at all because he did it. He picked up the ball up with the guy who was blitz. Throw block on Neptune, and it was skull both down, which would have been a turnover. Re-rolled it to push and POW. Oh wait, no, that was his turn. There's a blitz with Mike Armentrout. Double going for it. Double skull. And on the reroll, got a knockdown. A lot of double skulls so far. It's at least 2 or 3, I think. So KO'd that guy. Ball's out. And I got a few Snotlings that are in the area. And failed to dodge out with Wendy to go pick the ball up. I was near a guy with tackle, so I could use my dodge ability, and so just the one failed it. There's a block with Sweetness, and he gets a POW, so that will be a knockdown. Walt Jr. goes down with a casualty. And Blitz got triple pow on Saul Goodman. So he remains upright. And that will free up Zeztorg to move around. But Bera gets a knockdown on Saul. No armor break on the little guy. And he moves his Beastman down. Failed to pick the ball up. And roll over Mike, but Mike couldn't pick it up. So I think what we're going to do here, if I remember right, is Gustavo's going to blitz Slick off, and then Mike's going to grab the ball and head for the end zone. Because Saul is in the area, but Saul only has 4 movement, and I have to pick him up, so that costs 3, so then he gets only to move 1. So I have to go for it just to move 2 spots to go to the end zone. Or to go to the ball, rather. So Gustavo blitzes, clears Slick away from Mike. Stand Saul up. They'll block with Jesse, that's double push. And tie up these 2 Chaos Warriors with these 2 Ogres. And I think that just leaves Mike to grab the ball. I'm just weighing my options at this point. Not a reroll, so if I fail it, can't reroll it. He still has 1 more reroll left, and I get the pick up just barely. I had to roll a 4 or better, 4, 5, or 6, and I got the 4. So making a break for the end zone. And he throws a block on Saul, doesn't get the knockdown. So he'll move Saul in the area that blocks these Beastmen from moving up this way, getting around that avenue to get to Mike. Otherwise, they have to go through Gustavo. So on the blitz, he is going to get a knockdown with the wrestle ability. They both go to the ground. I think that clears up Blitz to maybe do going for it to also mark out Mike, but he doesn't. Kind of surprised he didn't do that, because that leaves him free for Mike to just do a blitz to clear himself away and then score a touchdown. Well, I suppose he could have marked, if he would have moved his guy here, that would have prevented, that would have made me have to do a dodge out to get there, but I don't recall what happens here. So I'm going to pick Wendy up, here's the blitz, push both down, got the push, moving free, and scored with an over. Mike Armentrout! Yeah, had he moved his guy there, I would have had to do a dodge out. I'm not sure why I didn't do the going for it, and we still had a reroll. And I get my KO'd Ogre back. He gets a Chaos Warrior and another guy back. The only guy that didn't come back, I think, is the Loner, which is good for him. Because if you had to have a guy not come back, it would be the Journeyman. So, up 1-0 with 3 turns left to go in the half. Setting up, putting Snotlings on the line. Especially Saul has got minus movement. Tortuga, I don't think has any. I don't think he has a niggly injury, but he doesn't have any stat loss injuries, at least yet. Yeah, I have 5 Ogres still left in the game out. Huel got a niggly injury earlier, so he's out. Walt Jr.'s just badly hurt, and Skinny Pete died. So, here's going to be the kick. He's got the my right side loaded up. And a nice deep kick. Ooh, and look at that roll. The changing weather, we got the 2 rolls in the bounce. And there's a block against Gale. That's going to be a knockdown with the POW. And that's a knockdown on Saul Goodman with a KO. And Neptune will get not a knockdown on Tortuga. Surprised he threw it with Neptune and not Kelmal, who has tackle. Probably just an opportunity to get star player points for him because he's got Mighty Blow. And a blitz on Pinkman, that will be a knockdown, and he's KO'd. Definitely tried to get to Pluto this game, but he does a very good job, like you see here, of moving him in an area where I can't get to him because I'd have to go through other people to get to him. And none of my guys have break tackles, so it's a lot easier said than done. And goes for the pickup. The sure hands fails. Rolls a 1 and then a 2. He needed at least a 3. Well, Mike boneheads on the initial roll. Walter moves up and grabs Snotling and fumbles the Snotling. But he landed, even in a tackle zone. No such luck with Snotling throws. Blitzed his goat, who is down here, as a potential guy to get the ball because he does have 2 more turns left. So now it's limiting his ability on who he can get the ball to try to score before this half's over. Tortuga gets free, and I'm starting to match these guys up over here to keep them under wraps a little bit. Move Patrick up towards the ball to try to tie up the ball carrier. And I think I just have Wendy to move. And use Pluto to blitz Grubnuck. No armor break. Even with his claws. That'll leave him next to Gustavo, but he's able to get enough guys there to throw a block on him. And he gets the pickup with his ball carrier now, moves him up, and throws a nice long pass to Sweetness. He's got movements. This will put him in range of the end zone. He marks Walter White. And now he gravitates around Gustavo and throws a block, gets the knockdown, and both those ogres on the right side are down. So out of options to put ogres next to the ball carrier, and he has a ton of guys down there. So Wendy passes going for it, gets next to the ball carrier. And stand up Gil Bedeker, stand up Grubnuck. Move Mike over. And move Tortuga down. And I think, yep, move in the area where I can mark both ball carriers. So that will block him off from moving there. He'll have to dodge to get through. Blitz with Gustavo on Pluto. I think one opportunity to knock down Pluto. I get double push. Don't have very good luck with these guys getting knockdowns when I really need them. My knockdown or my blocking dice have not been great this season. A lot of pushes, a lot of skulls. So Pluto is marked on a Snotling, so his claw is essentially useless, but the Mighty Blow is more than capable of doing damage. There's a block on Tortuga, and move there. He'll have to make a dodge through a tackle zone, failed it, and failed the reroll. So that was why I positioned the Snotlings on the ball carrier the way I did. Made him have to dodge through another Snotling's tackle zone, and granted it's not, he doesn't have to roll the minus, he doesn't have the minus modifier on the dodge, he just has to roll the straight dodge roll, so he'd have to get a 3 or better, I believe. Yeah, he rolled 2 twice after using the reroll. So escaped that close one at the end there for him to tie the game up, and we are tied right now. Or I'm sorry, I'm up 1 score to 0. Again, playing Blitzkrieg's Red Heck Rejects, a Chaos team with my Breaking Eds, my Ogre team themed after Breaking Bad. And I will be kicking the ball off, and it's a kick to the left side, stays in bounds just barely. I'm gonna spin this around here. And his initial block on Gil Bedeker is a knockdown. Pluto blitzes and gets knocked down, no armor break. Does not have pylon. And he retreats him back to where I can't get to him yet again. Very frustrating the whole game. Really wanted to get to Pluto. Like I said, I had that one opportunity and just could not capitalize on it at all. And a broken neck on Tortuga. It's a minus agility, which sucks because one of the few skills the Snotlings actually had that are, I guess, average. Everything else is pretty below average. The movement, the armor, the strength, way below average. And he gets his pickup, and it's my turn. I Gustavo, Bonehead with Walter. Bonehead with Grubnuck. It's not a very good start. Blitz Mars, get both down push, which isn't going to do anything for me because I don't have block on Mike. Just push him away, and I may move. Nope, stay right there. Alright, so marking his loner who woke up from his nap and prevent him from getting a quick touchdown. So his Chaos Warrior Beru did not wake up from his KO, and Jesse and Saul are still KO'd on my side. There's a block with his loner and does get knocked down on Patrick. Pluto blitzes Gustavo, double skulled it, reroll Pow Skull, and gets the KO. So now down to 3 ogres on my side. Currently on the pitch. And it looks like he's going to have a real easy time moving down the side of the field, as 2 of my ogres are boneheaded and 1's in the middle of the field. Block on Slick with Mike and get a knockdown, and he's injured. Mike having a solid game so far, and that will level him up. And now blitz with either Grubnuck or Walter. Probably going to be Grubnuck since he does have block. Like I said, the unfortunate thing is I can't get to Pluto because he's doing a very good job this game of screening him away from my ogres. So, gonna blitz his guy who's in the way. Rolled Skull both down. This guy's got Wrestle, so both down, even though I have block, would have just wrestled us both to the ground, which would have done me no good. So I used the reroll, got a pow, took him down, no armor break. Walter next to Loner to kind of close down the side. Move Gale to mark Snoopy, who's currently holding the ball. And everyone stood up, and I think I'll foul with Wendy on Zestorg. Nope, failed the dodge. I think I was gonna mark Pluto prevent him from doing this blitz. And he got skull both down, which doesn't work for Grubnuck because he's got block. And then re-roll to pow both down, so that didn't do him much good. But his tackler goat does get a knockdown on Spooge, KO'd him. So he's used his blitz now, and the ball carrier is marked, so he's just going to throw a block, and he got triple push, so that will keep Gale next to his ball carrier. And block on Grubnuck, gets a knockdown. And now he has Mars to move, and it's a one-die block, and gets both down, and neither of them have blocks, so it's a turnover. Stand up Grubnuck. He blitz with Mike or Walter. Skull push on the block against the Journeyman. Knockdown, and put more people on the ball carrier. Try to tie him up with 5 turns left to go. And fucking both down skulled it. And neither of them have blocks, so they both go down. But no armor breaks on either, even though they both have Mighty Blow. So Pluto gets a KO on Walter. Now I have 2 ogres left, 1 currently standing, and 3 snotlings. So getting pretty close to getting depitched here. And he blitzes Gale Bedeker, and it will be a knockdown to get the POW, and it's going to be a KO. And gets another POW on his block with the ball carrier, and that's an injury to Patrick. So, just lost 2 more Snotlings off the pitch. Currently down to 2 Ogres and 1 Snotling. And it stuns Grubnuck. So, next turn I'll only be able to move Wendy and Mike. Wendy gets fouled by his Journeyman. No armor break. So, we'll pick up Mike. Maybe should have blitzed, but I don't know if there's really anything I could have done there. So I think at this point we reach desperation mode, where I'm thinking about throwing a negative 2-die block against Snoopy with Wendy, my Snotling, but then just decide to mark it. So, end of turn. 3 turns left. No, 4 turns left. And he gets a knockdown on Mike Armentrout. Both ogres are down. Only my Snotling is left standing. Pluto blitzes. Pluto does not get a knockdown. He does not have tackle. He got skull. Defender stumbles and push. And ball carrier does throw his block and gets the both down, so that isn't knocked down. We'll have 3 turns left for the ball carrier. And it looks like he's lined up for a foul against Grubnuck and gets a KO on the foul. I don't think anyone's been ejected so far. There's been fouls on both sides. Mostly his. He's done pretty good. So only have 1 ogre and 1 Snotling left. He's got my 1 Snotling surrounding the ball carrier, and the rest of his players are around my ogre. So ogre blitz, knockdown on the Journeyman. And that's going to be the turn. Move Wendy in a spot that's away from Pluto, who's got a lot of shit. And then try to dodge out with Mike, just because I need to put people near the ball carrier, and Mike was going to get tied up with these ones. So, and still surviving somehow. Survived a block from Zestorg and a block from Pluto. But here comes the blitz with his tackler, and he got a POW, so he's going to get a knockdown anyways. Tackle or no tackle. And that frees the ball carrier, so now I have 1 guy left standing, or left on the pitch, and that's an ogre who's currently on his ass. and there's going to be nothing to stop him from scoring. And with a foul, and he did get ejected, but Mike is hurt, and I have nobody left. So there goes my turn. Didn't even get to do anything. So he's got 2 turns left, and I don't think he's got enough time to score twice. So he's just going to score once, and that will be the end of his turn. And then I'll get 1 turn with whoever is on the pitch. If I have enough people, I can try a 1-turn touchdown. But I'm going to need, I got 3 ogres, and I'm not sure any snotlings actually stood up, which would prevent me from doing a 1-turn because I need at least 2 snotlings on their feet. Yeah, no snotlings. So that is going to be the end of my chance to win this game. I'll get a tie at least, provided there's no added turn, but even then I think it's impossible for him to get all the way down to the end of the pitch. So he's going to leave his goats on the line, except his double-headed one who's got quite a bit of level on him. Gets perfect defense, so he gets to move his guys around if he so chooses. He does have an opportunity here to put 2 guys here that prevent me from getting 2 blocks. I just could only get 1 block in a blitz instead. I'm not sure what's taking so long. There was one game we had, and I don't know if it's this one, but we had an issue where the game crashed on the final block, and it may have been the final turn, and it may have been this one. So let's see if this actually goes through. If it doesn't go through, I can tell you exactly what happened. So we'll just wait and see when this replay ends. Should hopefully go through. Huh. Should end eventually. If I recall, this is the one where it happened. Yeah, I was not having good luck with my stream. My stream crashed, like I said, 20 or 30 times, and then would reconnect, and so it made like 20 or 30 different video files. So that's why instead of piecing them all together, which I'm fine to do on like 1 or 2, on like 2 or 3 different files, putting them together, not with 20 or 30, because things get missed while trying to reconnect, and it's not a good situation. So I think it froze, but basically what happened here is I threw a blitz with somebody. I think it may even be Grubnuck, and I I threw block with Jesse Pinkman and fucking double skulled it, and that was the end of the game. So the game ended 1-1, and it was a tie. I think that was, at that point, ties were worth half a point. So I had 1 win and 1 tie earlier in the season, so that was my 3rd non-loss on the year. So I'm not gonna stick around. Oh, and there it ended. Yeah, it's weird that it didn't show it at all. But yeah, that's what happened. Is Jesse Pinkman threw a block, and I got double skull on it. And this isn't actually who got the MVPs. I forget who it was. But yeah, I sustained 7 casualties that game, only dished out 2, and suffered a death of Skinny Pete. So that is my week 6 for season 11 with my Breaking Ed's Ogre team. Thanks for watching. Hope you tune in next week for week 7. Week 7 was against Rayuni's Nebraska Horn Huskers, his Dark Elf team. And yeah, so that's another one that I have to put up, and hope you check that one out. And you can watch my live stream on Twitch. Channel is Jimbo, GYM_Bow. And thanks for watching.